All right, everyone, a little bit different of a video today. Scott and I are here. We're going to be talking about some new news, whether it's Steeda, Ford related, everything in between.
Silver Bullet, events, new products.
And we're in the Mach-E because it's quiet. We can have a conversation. So, Scott, the 2024 Mustang just came out last month. What are you excited about with this new Mustang?
Well, I'm not as excited as you are. That's for sure. No, it's great. You know, we have a thing in manufacturing where we basically say that we wish Ford would change the chassis of these cars every 3 to 5 years. It's a whole new gamut of products, right? It's a whole new suspension, sway bar, toe links, vertical links. Now I know the rumor mills are swirling. There's going to be some carryover parts we're thinking on the S650. You know, maybe we'll see GT500 vertical links on there. Maybe they'll all be Magnerite, have the different lower control arms.
Right.
But from a manufacturing standpoint, you know, Steeda manufacturing parts here in America, we do hope they change some things. We'd like to see, you know, different sway bars, maybe different IRS braces, vertical links, you know, because that's what we love doing. We love taking an exceptional product that Ford gives us, finding its weak points or things that could be tweaked, say, for our enthusiasts, because let's face it, when they make these cars, they've got to appeal to the masses,
right? Not
just the gearheads like us. So what can we do to get them to hook better, things like that, handle better, more aggressively? So yeah, looking forward to it and hoping there's some changes outside of the exterior, you know, styling cues that we all see. So
do you like the looks of it?
It's cool. You know, it was kind of what we thought. We thought it was going to be a little more new edge, right? We had kind of talked about in the office, a little more jagged lines to it. You know, I'll be honest, I didn't like the 15 when I first saw it in person, but as with most things, things grow on you. And shoot, I think the 15s and the 18s, my face is peeling back a little bit here. They're awesome. Ford they kill it. So yeah, you know, you'll get the haters on the internet and things like that, but once that car comes out and, you know, you already see renderings of even ours, right? Lowering it down, wheels, tires, hoods, splitters, wings, they're gonna look awesome.
At the end of the day, it's a blank slate, and I think Ford did an awesome job at creating that blank slate as an awesome starting point for anybody that's looking to, you know, get these cars, modify them, customize them, and make them their own.
Yeah, totally.
But with that said, obviously we got to make way for some of these new Mustangs coming down the line. And as you can expect, Steeda will be definitely getting multiple of them. But in order to make way, what are we doing, Scott?
Apparently we're selling some of our stable to make room for more ponies. Yeah, the red 05, Dario's personal car.
Right.
That's up for sale. Then we got our 13, another one of Dario's personal cars, race red. Once again, full suspension. This one's powered by a Vortex supercharger.
Right. Matching
that Gen 1 Coyote, which I think it's cool, you know.
And that thing sings up top.
It's cool, and it's super sexy. It's a really, really good looking car.
And then our old S197 number 20 race car.
Yeah, we got that as a body in white. I remember it was late 04, early 05, and we actually built a rotisserie for it. Stitch weld the whole chassis in welding, designed the roll cage in-house, and that's got, I believe, a big bore 3-valve kit in it, with a, I think, what's it got, the Novi 2000 on it?
Yeah, I believe
the Novi 2000 blower on it. Of course, full suspension, gutted. A lot of history behind that car, but you know, it's got to make way for a potential new dark horse coming, so, which will be Glenn and Dario's new race car. So
dark horse S or an R. Not 100% sure yet, but excited about it
for sure. And then I think the last vehicle is going to be Jamie's EcoBoost.
Unfortunately,
yeah,
I love that car.
It is so cool. It is a go-kart. Basically, it's a Miata in Mustang skin. It's like perfect weight distribution. It's super balanced. Got good torque. You know, it's really, really fun car. So we just got to get that thing a little more street friendly, we think, before we sell it. So
for sure. Ready for a launch?
Yeah, you turn on traction control.
All right, let's do it. 3, 2, 1. responsible adults and turn traction control back on.
Oh, come on. Jeez.
So
we live with the spout connector disconnected in the silver car. I think we had it less than 2 weeks, and we said, we're just unplugging this. We don't need to turn it off as we're wearing it out down the drag strip.
Speaking of that, the silver car, what's coming up next month?
My Nationals,
Yes.
put on by our good friend Justin Young. If you want to see an awesome all-Ford event, big wheelies, great classes, huge payouts, it really doesn't get any better than the event Justin throws together up there at SGMP Mod Nationals coming up here. So really, really looking forward to it.
And what are we doing with the silver car to get ready for it?
Well, we got some tweaks to the blower we're making. We're going to get another ported case for it. They've learned some things since the last ported case, so gonna put a new ported case on it. We'll get you the details as we get closer
For sure.
to the event. Re-dyno tune it with our friend John Lund. I was actually just texting him before we jumped in the car, but yeah, go out there, running the True Street class, which we were fortunate enough to win last year with it, and then double up and run one of those, I think, 860 streetcar classes. But the goal is to go out there and run faster than an 840. We want to, I believe it's an 844 is the record.
Right.
We want to beat the Edelbrock and the Gen 3 TVS blower record with the car. We know it's capable of doing that. Bradenton showed us that down at NMRA earlier this year, and truth be told, it's only been in one drag strip since that, and that was Mustang Week. We really didn't have good prep. Regardless, we had some other issues with the car breaking up top. So yeah, it'll be fun. Get out there. A lot of good friends out there, so many familiar faces, and that's what it's about, you know, the Ford, the Mustang community. So many people don't realize how tight it is, how many of us all know each other and work with each other on a daily basis. So one of my favorite events for sure.
And then, you know, we got Mod Nationals on the horizon, but we, you know, 2024 Mustang, it is coming. So we're in kind of that lull period where, you know, we all know the 23's coming next year, but everyone's kind of looking right past it because everyone's looking forward to the new generation. But with that, the new parts haven't stopped.
No.
We are rolling out new parts like crazy.
Yeah.
So tell us about some of the new parts manufacturers come out with this year.
So the idea is to hit these new platforms, right? You know, anything we could do to expand our Ford product line. We've leaned heavily into the Explorer, similar to what we did with the Ford Fusion when that came out in 2013, and what we did back in the day with the old ZX Focus. So now we got some Bronco parts we've come out with, hood strut kit, blow off valve adapter, even a strut tower brace. I know, oh my goodness, a strut tower brace. The theory behind it is 90% of the time you're driving your Bronco, you know, we don't care what Instagram says or your TikTok, you're driving down normal roads.
Right.
And the disconnect's real easy for when you want to, you know, get those Instagram reels going or tick and talk and, you know, disconnect it and go four-wheeling off-road. But that's cool. Like I said, we're looking forward to that. We've got our new Maverick parts out right now. Rear sway bar, once again, blow off valve adapter, strut tower brace, both the hybrid and the unhybrid version. And then this Mach-E, right? Front and rear sway bars, strut tower brace, taking advantage of what our DNA is, and that's making these things handle better. I know we've got springs currently in the prototype phase for this right now, and then a whole line of air filters, right? Just plug and play. We know it's going to be harder to modify these cars moving forward. And we see it with the 21 F-150, but the rumors are going to be like it's going to be like that with the new Mustang. But you know, give the guys some time. You know, they told us that in 05. I remember when we were doing some testing.
And the Coyote came out too, said the same
Yeah,
thing.
so
We'll see.
They'll crack it, whatever. But you know, so high flow air filters for these different models. You know, it's something we've had a real good relationship with some of our vendors. So keep an eye out. Those should be in the next couple of weeks as well.
And then let's talk about some of the competition parts we've rolled out, especially for S550. We have the ride height system.
Leave it to me to forget the road racing stuff, of course. The ride height kit. I think this is a really cool kit that's going to cater to a very specific crowd, you know, the road racer or autocrosser that wants to get the absolute max out of their car, right? And they don't know if they need a 1,200, 1,300 pound, what spring rate it's going to be, depending on aero. And then the drag racer, you know, just this week was talking to a buddy up there in Bowling Green, and he just wanted a little bit more height out of the rear of the car because he put on the big Mickeys. He's like, man, I want a little bit more height. I won't mention what springs he's on, but it's like, okay, well, we got spring spacers, or we've got this really, really cool kit that you can raise it up, you know, 1/2-inch socket drive, raise it up, and then when you go cruising the town and you don't want the back end up so high, you know, lower it back down. And you know, his was a unique situation. It was a blower car, so we know it makes a lot of torque down low. Right. But he was also, it's a 6R80 car, so he's launching with a trans brake, which is going to hit the tires harder than us coming off the foot brake. Right. But then you mentioned the comp rear bar. That guy that goes hand in hand with that rear kit. You and Jamie spent so much time working on that and dialing it in, and I love it. You know, we were able to post in corner carvers or corner ponies, whatever it is, and not get murdered. You know, which is good though. And then you see other companies chiming in saying there's a need for this and things like that. Let's face it, you know, our primary customer is a street enthusiast. They're not going to run around on 1,000-pound springs and 1,200s in the rear and get rattled to death. You know, we want a nice comfortable ride, so we're going to over sway bar the vehicle for the street, you know, but that meets the majority of our customers' expectations. And then once again, going hand in hand with this is a DSC Sport controller. I know you and Jamie spent a lot of time with that and working in conjunction with that rear sway bar that I know the South Florida team, especially with those ride height adjusters, they were using on the HPDE car, the 20 car, and that was something that came directly up from them. I remember getting the call from Glenn saying, we need a bar with this diameter, can you make one for us? So we had the material in stock, but we didn't have the end links or anything like that, so we cut them, bent them, welded it up, sent them down a custom bar, and he's like, oh man, this thing is sweet. I'm able to stand on it coming out of the corners, it's hooking and things like that. So, and that's the beauty of it, right? You got the guys down in South Florida that do a lot of the road racing, HPD events. You got guys like yourself and Jamie, you guys like to do the autocross and things like that. And you know, sometimes what they see is different than what we see. We'll see market trends down there first, but it's great having the two facilities, you know, work so cohesively together, you know, for a great product at the end of the day. It's cool, you know, like you said, it's kind of one of those periods. We're also looking at some new trick things for the rear of the S550 that probably won't be available till after the first of the year, sometime in the first quarter. But
I'm excited for that.
I think there's going to be a lot of people excited for it. It's a need that we know we've had in the market, but now's the time to do it, right? Because, you know, as Derry always preaches, when that new car comes out, you know, there ain't no more 8-hour, 10-hour days. It's, you're out there, we're figuring out these parts, and we're working, and we're gonna stay at work till we get the job done, because first to market is, let's face it, it's everything in our industry. And take a look at all the S550 parts and the timeline of how they came out and who came out with them first and things like that. It really matters, you know. We know the customers are out there paying attention, and you know, we wouldn't release something unless we stood behind it. That's why we offer a lifetime warranty with everything.
I mean, anything we can do to take, like you said, the already awesome car out of the box and turn that volume knob up to 11.
Yeah.
You know, getting out on the track, doing the drag testing, you know, getting the GoPro onto the car in slow motion and seeing exactly what that rear suspension is doing on launches and different situations that we can replicate, and just finding out how we can make it better.
Oh, totally. Totally. It's in our DNA. You've said it before. We're a company filled with enthusiasts, and you know, from everybody, all aspects. I mean, shoot, we just pulled back in the front parking lot. There's Mustangs everywhere, so it's cool. So we're looking forward to it, and yeah, can't wait for that S650.
For sure. So let us know what you think of this video. It's a little bit of a different style, but honestly, we just like talking Mustangs and Fords and the things we love here at Steeda. So let us know. Comment below. Scott, you have anything else to say?
Like, subscribe, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTubes, and at the end of the day, Steeda, where speed
matters.